In the 12th century, Angkor thrives as the Khmer Empire's heart, its temples soaring with sandstone spires, markets alive with silk traders. The Mekong River hums, while gongs echo Apsara dances. Deep within the temple of hidden faces, a cursed mask rests. Ivory carved with lotus glyphs, its eyes still, said to hold a deity's truth. It promises clarity, but binds its wearer to a divine will, chaining their soul to eternal servitude. Welcome to Mystic Chronicles of Old. Step into Angkor's sacred temples, where an ivory mask hides a deity's truth. Can a dancer free its secret or fall to divine will? Subscribe and let this tale of truth and sacrifice unfold. Shrey, a dancer of 23 monsoons, knows its tales from her mother's chants. Her obsidian eyes, sharp as a naga's, trace the world's rhythms, her hands graceful from temple dances. Once a court performer, she trusts movement over mantras, her spirit tied to the river's flow. The mask's silence haunts her dreams, whispering truths she cannot ignore. Why chase a cursed relic, Shrey? Her mentor, the monk Vuth, asks, lighting incense. The empire falters, greed, discord, Shrey replies, her voice steady. The mask holds answers. Vuth's eyes narrow. Truth comes at a cost the gods don't forgive. Shrey grips her silver bangle, her mother's gift, and slips into Angkor's dusk. Her silk sarong sways, her sandals soft on stone paths. The air trembles, as if the river senses her quest to face a relic older than Jayavarman's reign. At the temple's lotus gate, she pauses, clutching her bangle. She's no priestess, but a dancer driven to unveil truth, seeking clarity where others see divine wrath. The temple's torches flicker, casting naga shadows, yet Shrey steps forward, her bangle a quiet anchor. The breeze carries omens of rain, but the mask's silence sharpens, a spark of wisdom and peril that could reshape Angkor's fragile balance, drawing her toward a destiny she cannot yet fathom. The ivory mask is Angkor's whispered fear, shared by monks in torchlit halls, its tale older than Khmer kings. Long ago, a dancer named Chaya wore the mask, seeking truth to heal her empire's strife. The deity's clarity granted insight, but its weight bound her soul, her mind chained to a will that sparked unrest. Priests sealed the mask in the temple, its lotus glyphs etched with warnings. Wear and be bound. Those who donned it saw truths but lost themselves, their hearts tethered to divine servitude. Shrey learned this from her mother, whose chants wove awe and caution, her voice faltering as she sang. Don't seek the mask, Shrey, her friend, the weaver Meili, warns, threading silk. I've seen temples quiet, trust broken, Shrey counters, her hands firm. The mask holds answers. Meili shakes her head, her loom pausing, answers that enslave. Shrey feels the mask's silence in her dreams, glyphs shifting, rivers stilling, urging her to act. She notes High Priest Sovan's fear, his hands trembling as he speaks of the mask's guardian, a shade born of Chaya's sacrifice, bound to its ivory heart. To Shrey, it's a rhythm to master, not a curse. Why risk this, Vuth asks, catching her at the temple gate, his voice sharp. Because lies destroy us, Shrey snaps, her obsidian eyes fierce. She breaches the gate, her silver bangle brushing her wrist, Angkor's hum fading. The mask's silence sharpens, a whisper of divine truth laced with peril, stirring her dancer's heart with dread and resolve. She enters the temple's outer court, where Naga carvings loom, their shadows twisting like glyphs. Her bangle pulses faintly, a warmth against the chill, her only ward against the mask's pull. She's no scholar, but a dancer who trusts her steps' clarity, her courage tested by a deity's hidden truth. The air grows heavy, the bangle's silver stirring, guiding her toward the chamber where wisdom and servitude entwine. Shrey navigates the temple of hidden faces, its sandstone halls dim, lit by flickering oil lamps. Carvings of lotuses and apsaras glow faintly, their forms alive yet foreboding, guarding the mask's secrets. She has danced here, but tonight the temple feels sentient, its stones pulsing with a rhythm older than sutras. Her silver bangle glows softly, its warmth a faint pulse at her wrist, a frail shield against shadows curling through the gloom. The mask's chamber lies beyond a carved screen, its glyphs shimmering with eerie light. "You're reckless, Shrey," Mally whispers, trailing her, clutching a woven charm. "The Empire fractures," Shrey replies, tracing the screen. "I need truth, not fear." "Truth that binds," Mally mutters, but stays back as the screen shifts, revealing a passage where the silence deepens, like a distant gamelan. "What drives you?" Vuth's voice echoes, his silhouette at the passage's mouth. "Freedom," Shrey says, her voice steady. "The gods owe us clarity." The passage twists, its walls narrowing, glyphs whispering in a tongue older than Khmer, their voices echoing the mask's call. Her bangle pulses faster, sensing the chamber's heart, a beacon in the temple's shadows. The air grows dense, the silence now a clear void, echoing the river's flow. Shrey pauses at the chamber's threshold, feeling a presence, ethereal yet heavy, like mist over rice fields. "Turn back, dancer," a spectral voice hisses, chilling her spine. "I'll unveil your truth," Shrey vows, gripping her bangle, her obsidian eyes scanning the darkness. The mask's light spills faintly, an ivory glow warping the air, promising wisdom and ruin. The temple's void swells, its divine will stirring, as Shrey steps into the chamber, her bangle and resolve her only guides against the mask's cursed truth. The chamber is a vault of polished sandstone, its ceiling carved with clouds, the ivory mask at its core, an ivory face on a teak pedestal, its lotus glyphs pulsing faintly, like moonlight on water. The air thrums with a low, jagged silence, sharp as a blade, prickling Shrey's skin like dew. Glyphs on the walls pulse with the mask's glow, as if the vault breathes divine will. Her bangle burns, its light echoing the glyphs, a frail ward against their pull. Shrey circles the pedestal, noting the floor's Naga inlays, their patterns ancient, radiating a force that quickens her pulse. "You'll fade, Shrey," Vuth warns, his voice faint from the passage. "I'll shine," Shrey replies, her voice firm, stepping closer. The glow weaves visions, temples crumbling, rivers drying, pulling at her heart like a monsoon gale. A voice cold and ancient rises. Dancer, you seek my truth, but it binds all who see. Shadows spill from the glyphs, shapeless yet alive, swirling like mist. Shrey steps back, her bangle blazing, her obsidian eyes steady. She senses the guardian, Chaya's shade, woven into the mask's light, its will a divine trap. Leave this place, the shade hisses, its voice a storm. I'll break your spell, Shrey vows, gripping her bangle. Why risk your soul? Mally calls, her tone desperate. For Angkor, Shrey answers, her resolve unyielding. The shadows writhe, the mask's silence rising to a piercing void as the vault judges her intent. Her instinct screams to flee, but the glow locks her gaze, its visions flooding her mind. A torrent of divine truth threatening to bind her soul, pulling her deeper into the deity's relentless will. The mask's glyphs blaze and Chaya's shade emerges, a formless veil of ivory mist, its edges sharp as thorns pulsing with starlight. Its voice, a chorus of snapping reeds, fills the vault. You chase my truth, dancer, but it binds all to servitude. Shrey grips her bangle, its heat scorching her wrist, a flickering light against the shade's tide. The mist surges, tendrils snapping like vines, grazing her sarong, leaving singed silk. Shrey ducks behind the pedestal, her heart pounding as tendrils scar the sandstone, their touch cold as frost. Don't fight it, Shrey, Mally shouts, her voice faint. I must, Shrey snaps, dodging a tendril. The shade weaves visions, cities of ash, skies of thorns, threatening to tear her mind apart. Yield or perish, the shade roars, its chorus coiling around her will. Shrey raises her bangle, its light flares, scattering tendrils, their forms wavering like fog. The shade pauses, its mist pulsing slower, as if the bangle stirs a lost memory. You can't undo this, the shade snarls, lunging. I'll try, Shrey whispers, chanting a river prayer, her voice defiant. Why die for truth? Vuth calls, his tone desperate. For all of us, Shrey replies, her obsidian eyes fierce. The vault quakes, the mask's void deafening, as the shade presses closer, its formless mass a wall of divine fury. Her bangle pulses with the glyphs, a guide through the storm, as Shrey faces the mask's guardian, her spirit a fragile dance against the deity's relentless will. In her mind, she sees Chaya, her dance for peace twisted by the mask's truth, her soul chained. Shrey's resolve hardens. She must break the cycle, or Angkor will fall to the same fate. The tendrils coil, ready to strike, and Shrey braces for a battle that tests her dancer's heart. Shrey sidesteps a tendril's strike, its edge slicing the air as the vault trembles, sandstone dust falling like ash. The glyphs pulse erratically, their ivory light fracturing, mirroring the mask's silent hum. Chaya's shade looms, its misty form pulsing, testing Shrey's rhythm against the deity's will. Her bangle burns, etching faint lotuses on her skin, echoing the mask's glyphs, as if tied to its power. Visions flood her mind, markets silenced, temples of dust, each a weight threatening to crush her spirit. Her dancer's instinct rebels, sensing a lie within the truth, a divine trap to bind her soul. You're no match, Shrey, Vuth calls, his voice strained. I'll dance my own path, Shrey retorts, lunging for a Naga inlay. She scrapes it with her bangles cracked silver, its ash sparking against stone. The mask's silence falters, and the shade shrieks, its mist contracting. Tendrils slow as if the naga weakens the mask's hold. You cannot unweave my truth, the shade roars, its voice splintering. Shrey traces another naga, her bangle guiding her trembling hand, its light a beacon in the chaos. The mask's glow dims, its vision shifting, skies of glass, rivers of thorns, tempting her with a final image. Angkor, thriving, truth restored. That's a lie, Shrey murmurs, her prayers her shield. You'll doom us, Mally cries, her voice breaking. I'll save us, Shrey vows, her chant steady. The vault groans, the air thick with divine resistance, as the mask fights to keep her, its ivory light pulsing defiantly. In her mind, she sees her mother's chant, warnings of the mask's truth, her final note a plea to trust her heart. The tendrils lash out, but Shrey moves through them, determined to break the curse or perish in its light. Her heart a battlefield of truth and defiance against the deity's relentless will. The vault quakes, cracks splitting the sandstone as Shrey traces another naga, her bangles ash-streaked silver sparking against the stone. The mask's silence fractures, the shade's tendrils dissolving into wisps, fading like mist at dawn. Chaya's shade pulses violently, its ivory mist coiling tighter, its chorus a desperate plea. My truth holds my peace, dancer. Free it, or we both bind. Shrey's heart races. Her mother's bangle, etched with a lotus, was a ward against servitude, its power now clear. She raises it, its light slashing the shade, forcing the mist to writhe, its form fraying. Stop, Shrey, Vuth shouts, his voice cracking. You'll shatter us all. I'll mend us, Shrey vows, her obsidian eyes blazing. In her mind, she sees Chaya, her dance for Angkor twisted by the mask's truth, her soul chained to divine will. Shrey circles the pedestal, etching a final naga, the bangle's light carving deep. The mask shudders, its ivory glow flickering, visions fading, crumbling temples, rivers of ash. The shade lunges, tendrils flaring, but Shrey weaves aside, her movements honed by years of dance. You'll doom Angkor, the shade screams, its voice splintering. No, I'll free it, Shrey whispers, her inner voice resolute. The gods bound Chaya, but I'll cut their chains. She presses the bangle against the mask's glyphs, its light flaring white, searing the ivory. The mask cracks, a fracture splitting its heart, and the shade wails, its mist unraveling into sparks. The vault's air trembles, glyphs dimming as the mask's power weakens, its divine grip loosening under Shrey's will. Her bangle pulses, its warmth fading, but the river's hum steadies, as if Angkor breathes with her. The shade's cry lingers, a sigh of release, as Shrey stands, her dancer's spirit tested but unbroken, the mask's truth a wound she must now heal. The mask's ivory glow falters, its cracked face dull, the vault quaking as the shade's final sparks dissolve. Shrey's bangle hangs heavy, its silver chipped, a testament to her defiance. The air grows still, the silent hum fading, but the weight of her choice presses on her chest. She sees Chaya's hope, her love for Angkor, her soul snared by divine chains, and feels her own heart waver. Did I free truth, or merely its curse? She wonders, her breath shallow. The mask's visions, temples of ash, skies of thorns are gone, but their echoes linger, testing her resolve. You've done it, Mally whispers, stepping closer, eyes wide. Or damned us, Shrey murmurs, her voice trembling. The vault groans, cracks widening, urging her to flee. Shrey clutches the bangle, its warmth nearly spent, and faces the mask's fractured surface. One final vision flickers, Angkor's spire shining, rivers flowing, a lie or a promise. She rejects it, her dancer's heart firm. Truth must be danced, not gifted. Don't linger, Vuth warns, his voice urgent. The gods still watch. Let them, Shrey replies, pressing her hand to the mask. Its glyphs flare briefly, then die, the ivory crumbling into shards. The shade's voice is gone, the vault silent, as the mask's curse breaks. Shrey's mind clears, but her soul carries the mask's weight, Chaya's sacrifice, Angkor's fragile truth. The bangle crumbles to ash, its power spent, but Shrey feels the river's pulse strengthen, as if the empire exhales. You paid too much, Mally says, touching her shoulder. No price is too high, Shrey says, her resolve steady though her heart aches. The vault's darkness lifts, dawn's light seeping through cracks as Shrey steps toward the passage, her spirit forged anew in the mask's fall, ready to face the truth she has unleashed. Shrey emerges from the vault, her sarong singed, her arms scarred, the ash of her bangle a hidden weight in her pouch. Angkor stirs under dawn's light, its markets filling with traders, unaware of the temple's ruin. She finds Vuth at the temple steps, his eyes softening at her weary face. You're alive, Vuth says, offering a bowl of rice. Barely, Shrey replies, tossing him a naga carving from the vault. What did you see? Vuth asks, his voice low. Truth's too heavy for chance, Shrey says, eating rice, her silence guarding secrets too vast to share. The priest will find the mask shattered, its curse lifted, and weave tales of divine mercy, never naming her. She prefers it, seeking only the river's flow. The temples will thrive again, Mally says, joining them, her loom idle. And the lies, Shrey asks, her obsidian eyes glinting. They're yours to carry, Mally replies, her tone gentle. Shrey nods, the scars on her arms, her only mark of a night that reshaped her soul. At a silk stall, she hears a child recite Chaya's tale, now woven with nagas and stars, the truth fading into legend. She smiles faintly, the empire's air cleaner, its divine weight lifted, as if Angkor breathes with her triumph. Shrey returns to her dances, moving with steady grace, her spirit anchored by the river's hum. You'll never speak of it, Vuth says, watching her sway. Some truths don't need words, Shrey replies, her resolve firm. The spires loom, their shadows calm, while seekers chase the temple's myths, blind to the dancer who tamed its curse. Shrey settles into Angkor's rhythm. Her dance is sharper, her scars a testament to her trial. Priests seal the temple, their chants praising unseen gods, blind to her role. The ivory mask's legend grows, traders weaving tales of a nameless dancer who faced divine will, stories blooming with nagas and moons, though none named Shrey, who fades into the empire's hum. She listens, her graceful hands steady, amused by myth's swift rise, its truths buried in her silence. The gods spared us, a merchant claims, unaware Shrey shakes her head. Or we spared them, she murmurs, her obsidian eyes distant. Some say Chaya's soul found peace, freed from the mask's glyphs. Others whisper of ivory shards holding dormant truths, waiting for new eyes. The river flows clearer, its currents gentler, as if Angkor honors her deed. Shrey dreams no more of the mask's visions, only of vibrant spires, flowing waters, her heart steady. You're different, Mally says, weaving silk. Truth changes you, Shrey replies, her smile faint, guarding a secret too vast for words. The scars fade, but their weight lingers, a reminder of the will she crossed. The river's pulse guides her, its omens softer, while seekers chase the temple's tales, blind to the dancer who quelled its curse. What now? Vuth asks, his tone curious. I dance, Shrey says, her steps ready. Her spirit, forged in truth, weaves light as the spires watch. Angkor's gongs, a quiet hymn to her triumph. As she moves in silence, her eyes tracing the skies for the gods' next truth. Angkor thrives, its markets bustling, the temples renewed as trust returns. Shrey's dances grace ceremonies, her scars a hidden mark of her victory. The temple stands sealed, its myths growing, tales of a dancer who defied the gods, woven with nagas and shattered masks. Shrey remains unnamed, her truth buried in the river's hum. She walks the market, her sarong plain, hearing whispers of Chaya's peace, the mask's end. You changed Angkor, Molly says, offering a woven cord. We all did, Shrey replies, tying it to her wrist. Did the gods forgive you? Vuth asks, his eyes searching. They don't need to, Shrey says, her obsidian eyes calm. I danced my truth. The river's rhythm feels stronger, its air cleaner, as if Angkor breathes with her sacrifice. Shrey dreams no more of the mask's truth, only of clear skies, vibrant temples, her heart steady. The scars remain, a quiet reminder of the truth she won. You'll carry this forever, Mally says, her voice soft. And dance it better, Shrey replies, smiling, her steps ready. Merchants speak of the mask's shards, some claiming they hold no power, others fearing their silent pull. Shrey ignores them, her spirit deeper, forged in the fire of divine will. She dances under torchlight, her hands steady as the spires watch. Angkor's harmony is her reward, its gongs a hymn to her triumph. What's next? Vuth asks, watching her move. More light, Shrey says, her gaze on the stars, ready for the gods' next challenge, her heart a flame of truth and sacrifice. Thank you for joining Mystic Chronicles of Old. Subscribe, hit the bell, and comment. What relic awaits discovery next? Embrace the unknown, or heed the gods' silent truths. For their mysteries linger in Angkor's winds, whispering of tales yet to unfold.